Ashas Ekev, Daf Tezayin Amud Gimel, towards the bottom of the page, second shir. We started explaining that there's a concept of Eretz Yisrael Beruchnis we still have today. And we explained that Eretz Yisrael is called Eretz Knan. Knan comes from the word of Achna, humility, and it comes from the word Knan as a businessman. What does a businessman do? He acquires. How does he acquire things? He takes and he pulls the object to make a kinyan that it belongs to him, and he pays the money for it. Those two concepts is by the Eibusha as well. The expression by the Eibusha is Kine Akol, acquires everything. What do you mean he's acquiring everything? He created everything. But the concept is that a person is in the physical world and is involved with the physical things. And then suddenly he realizes that he needs to move from himself. He needs to get out from where the situation is and realize to you, the Eibusha, I will desire, and nothing else but the Eibusha. This level of connecting to the Eibusha and not desiring anything else, and he wants now to be pulled away from the world, but just to connect to the Eibusha. That is a concept of pulling up. Where does this pull coming from? The truth is, this pull comes from the Eibusha. The Eibusha has this Erusa de Leila, awakening from above, as the expression is, Meshchein Yachecha Nerut. So the Eibusha pulls us, and then after this we start running afterwards. So that pull causes us to lift up and to go into desire and to have Ava, desire to the Eibusha. Who brings that pull? The Eibusha. Therefore it's called Meshicha, just like the merchant pulling it up. The Eibusha is the one that really pulling it up, and after this we start moving and we have Ava to the Eibusha. That's the first step. Then comes the next step, the Kesef. Nichseif nichsafti, tremendous love to the Eibusha. This love to the Eibusha is called Ava b'tanugim, Ava that comes from above. You cannot compare the first Ava that comes from understanding the whole world is completely nullified to him, and through the contemplation of person, level after level, he comes to love Hashem. That's a low level. But then after this comes tremendous love to the Eibusha, which is, so to say, the Eibusha is given the Kesef, nichseif nichsafti. Eretz Yisrael is also called Knan. In Eretz Yisrael, you have also the two levels. You have the first level, a Yid naturally has Ava to the Eibusha, and he can come and he can get closer to the Eibusha. And then you have the level of Ava b'tanugim, tremendous love to the Eibusha. And Eretz Yisrael, in Ruchnis, is the concept of a Yid going from, first of all, to have Ava, all the way to have Ava b'tanugim. And specifically, that is possible through the level of bris, because the level of bris, when there is a unika for the chitzonim, when there's erla, a place where the chitzonim, the sitrach, the opposite of kedusha, can take from, therefore a person cannot have ava b'tanugim. And the ultimate purpose is a person should have a tremendous love to the Eibusha, and that is only possible after he has a bris. And when a person has a bris, the Eibusha says, I'm going to give you Eretz Yisrael. Now you can come and reach the level of Ava b'tanugim. But if he does not have a bris, he cannot reach. There's no point of giving the Eretz, because the point of Eretz is to elevate him from one Ava to the higher level of Ava to Ava b'tanugim. But it's not possible. It's not shaykh to it. This is also the concept that we're saying in Shem Yudki Vavki, in Hashem's name. There's the level of Yud, the level of Hey, then the level of Vav, and then again the level of Hey. This corresponds from below to above, that you have the concept of fear and love to Hashem, and then there's a high level of fear and high level of fear to the Eibusha. And the concept is the lower level of Ava is the first step, like Meshcheni. The person has a feeling that he wants to be connected to the Eibusha through this beinus, which really comes from the Eibusha. And after he can come to Eretz Zavas Chalav Udvash. What's the concept of Eretz Yisrael that is flowing with milk and honey? Milk is the concept is that is making the midas greater. Just like the milk takes the baby and gives us the ability to grow, the same thing, this Ava, it makes the midas person to go from midas that comes dependent on the mind to the level of midas which are higher than the mind. Ava to the Eibishter, which is much greater. And from that we come to the level of Zavas Chalav, we come to Udvash, the sweetness to the Eibishter, Tanugim to the Eibishter. And this is Eretz Teva Rechava, and now that you can get inside of it, the level of Rechava Me'ed, Rechav Mitzvahs Chamein, the level of Ava without any boundaries. And this comes to the level of mitzvah of Milo, and therefore, only when a person has a bris is shaykh to have the concept of Eretz Yisrael. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. Now, the question is, therefore, mitzvah Milo is applicable today, because today we still have the concept of Eretz Yisrael Beruchnius, to have Avos Hashem from one level to higher level, and also because Aretz is the Reisa, because the mitzvah is we still have Eretz Yisrael forever.